2026 LEGO Ninjago is just around the corner, and today I've got some incredible 2026 LEGO Ninjago leaks and rumors to share with you guys. This information came to me yesterday, and I knew you had to hear all about this. OG Ninjago's triumphant return in 2026 could be one of the greatest LEGO comeback stories of all time. I am so excited, and I'm sure you're going to be too. I've got tons of Dragons Rising Season 4 set leaks and rumors to talk about as well today, so it's going to be a packed, incredible video. If you enjoy, hit the like button and subscribe down below. Make sure to drop a comment letting me know which one of these sets you are most excited for coming up to 2026. Now, with that being said, let's dive into these Dragons Rising Season 4 standard Ninjago sets first. We'll start with the cheapest one and work our way up to the most expensive leak that we have so far. And then we'll end the video with OG Ninjago's triumphant return. It's going to be incredible. Let's dive right into these brand new leaks and rumors. Today's video is sponsored by myself and the brand new W merch store featuring my brand, The Real OG. The Real OG store contains 5 different merch lines that you can pick from to pick your favorite style. The first collection up is the special limited edition collection, The Cursed Collection, featuring ghostly vibes of 2015's Possession. 10 years after the release, there was no better time for me to make a special ghostly W Bricks merchandise store. Now, the other 4 collections are not limited edition, and they'll be my standard merch lines moving forward. You can pick from the Fire, the Lightning, the Ice, or the Earth collection. All 6 collections have tons of different colors that you can pick from for your sweatshirts and shirts so that you can style your outfits how you like to do so. All of these collections feature a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, sweatpants, baseball cap, beanie hat, and outdoor coat. And the Ice collection actually has double, because not only did I do it in standard Ice, but I did it with the pink ninja style as well, so you can pick out exactly what you like. I have now worked for over 5.5 months to create each and every one of these designs by hand, by myself, and I am so happy with how they turned out, and I really hope you guys love these designs as much as I do. You can check out the Real OG store right now in the description right below this video. There should be links directly here on this video to take you to the store. Finally, a huge thank you to everyone that has subscribed, liked, or supported my videos in any possible way. Thank you for helping to make my dreams come true. It's a huge dream to have my own clothing brand, and I finally have one. So thank you to each and every one of you. Make sure to check out the store, guys. Even if you're not interested in purchasing something, just check it out and see what you think and drop a comment below. Now let's dive right back into the video. All right, so first up here for our gimmick sets of 2026, we've got Nia versus Elemental Monster Spinner and Lloyd versus the Elemental Monster Spinner. Now, these both retail for $10 and have 49 and 52 pieces. Nothing crazy here for $10. But what's the most odd thing about this for me looking at this is actually the fact that there is no Kai gimmick set. So this would be the first time in Ninjago's 15-year history that Kai does not get a gimmick set. Every year, every wave of gimmicks, there has always been a Kai gimmick set. And so with these leaks that there is no Kai one, I find this very, very odd. Especially considering that Kai sells more merchandise than any other ninja, and most of the other ninjas combined. It's very, very strange not to see a Kai gimmick set here with this. So I don't know if they're missing kind of one piece of information, like there will be a third gimmick set and Kai will have one, or, you know, maybe there's just not one. I don't know. This is kind of confusing to me because I find it very, very odd that Ninjago doesn't release a Kai gimmick set. I mean, it's just never happened before. And so I do find that personally disappointing. As a big Kai fan, one of the world's biggest Kai fans, I always look forward to his gimmick set. Whether I like the gimmick sets in general, I always look forward to Kai's for a different, fun, exclusive minifigure. So I definitely find this disappointing for myself personally. But I'm curious to see how this affects the sales of the gimmick sets. We know that gimmick sets don't sell well to begin with. I mean, people very rarely buy the gimmick sets outside of the minifigure. And so if we're not having one for Kai here, is that going to cut down their profit margins even more? Because most people will go out of their way just to pick up the brand new Kai gimmick set to try something out, because most of the time, people are a bigger Kai fan than they are anybody else. So I think this is very odd. This is very interesting, and maybe this coincides with the next set we're going to talk about and a reason Kai doesn't have it. But then again, at the same time, I just see this as being something that's weird. It's just abnormal. So I personally would not be surprised if the leakers are just missing a little bit of information and there will be a Kai one. I would be very, very surprised if Kai just doesn't get a gimmick set. I think you can tell him. I just don't understand it. So with that being said, this will be what it is. You know, you'll either really like it or really not like it. I mean, I don't even know if people say they really like gimmick sets these days, but we'll see. Let's move on to the actual sets. Now, the only reason I can see Kai not receiving a gimmick set, which is still odd, but it's because of this set right here. It is the Kai's Dragon Mech Battle Pack for $10. So we are still getting a Kai minifigure at $10. So if he doesn't have a gimmick set, that kind of makes a little bit more sense, but I mean, still not really. I don't know. I'm trying to cope with not getting a Kai gimmick set here. But for $10, it says here 64 pieces, which is really not the best for $10 here for a battle pack, but it does include a small mech for Kai with rising dragon wings on the back, a small red dragon using that baby Ryu's piece. So I'm excited to see another kind of variant of the baby Ryu. That's cool. Obviously, this year's like flame orangish yellow one just never appeared in the show and didn't matter. So I mean, I would assume right now that the red one won't matter either, but I mean, hey, that's a cool another little piece. I'll add it to the collection for sure. And then it's going to have 3 figures, Kai, a sand monster, and a tentacle creature. So I have already seen the tentacle creature and sand monster minifigures. I can't show them on to you on this video because Lego will come after me. But I have seen them, and I'm genuinely not impressed. I think the tentacle creature is probably one of the worst, if not the worst looking villain design we've ever seen. The sand monster looks all right, but that tentacle creature is horrendous, and it looks more of something out of like Dreams or something than Ninjago. It just does not look good to me at all. As for the Kai, I've seen the Cole and Lloyd variants. I think the Kai minifigure probably will be really, really cool here, so I'm excited for this. I hope that it is just the standard Kai, you know, with armor, with everything. I don't know. That'll take time to see there, but I will say I am disappointed just seeing that minifigure count at 3 instead of 4, because just 2 years ago we had the incredible Jay's Mech Battle Pack with 4 minifigures instead of 3. So I'm a little disappointed to see 3 there, but it does match up with the Zane's Mech set that we received this year at the beginning of the year with just 3 figures. So I'm very excited for this set, if you can't tell. Definitely a lot that I want to see with this one. I think it could be very, very cool. It's just going to take time to see how it turns out. Let's move on to the next set. Next up here, we have Cole's Mission Mech with Dragon Zane for $30. So no $20 set, just making that jump from 10 right up to 30 there, which is a little disappointing. I typically like to see $20 sets in that range. I feel like that's pretty appropriate, but $30 for this one. Honestly, guys, the mechs are really getting to me with this because they're just everywhere. I mean, the Ninjago shelves are just nothing but mechs at this point. And so I've got a few takeaways from this. First off, cannot wait to see Dragon Zane. Sounds really awesome. I have seen the Dragon Cole and Lloyd minifigures. They look pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited to see the Zane one. But thinking about $30 for this mech, I'm really hoping this is more of a 1.5 style mech set, like we saw with the Kai's Elemental Mech last year. That set was incredible for $30. You had the small villain mech and then the regular new elemental sized mech for Kai. I'm really, really hoping we see something like that here with Cole, especially if they're going to stay with this same mech size and style that they've been working with for the last year and a half now. I really, really hope that it does include a half-sized villain mech, because if this set is that same style and size as the previous mechs we've seen, we're looking at a $10 jump in value or a $10 jump in price, which is just not acceptable. 364 pieces here does look much higher, so I would assume we are getting another small mech included in this set, or a small side build if they're sticking to that same mech size. But honestly, I would like them to maybe experiment a little bit instead of having the same mechs on the shelves all the time. Maybe go for a little bit of a different style here. So I could see it going back and forth either way. I know there will be some people that are like, oh, I bet it's going to be the same, size and scale and design that we've seen over the last 2 years. And some people will say, no, it's completely different. So I'm kind of in between. I could see it going either way. I could see Lego just jumping that price from $20 to $30. I mean, very, very common for Lego these days. I could definitely see that. But I could also see them switching it up and making a different mech for $30. So if your first thought here jumps right to, oh, they charge $10 more for the same mechs, we can't be 100% sure on that until we get some images. I am excited for this. I typically really like $30 sets. I think $30 sets are typically done really well. So I'm excited to see this one for sure. Let's move on to the next set. Alrighty, so the next setup here is going to be Dragon Ninja Ryu's Battle. And we don't have a price on this set, which is a little odd, but I'm going to assume based on where it's sitting in the set line, I'm going to assume this is going to be a $40, $45 set. And so this set is supposed to include a buildable Ryu with golden armor covering his entire body. He has golden horns and a brown saddle. So that sounds pretty cool there, different and fun. I love it. Then here's where our issue is going to stem from, if you talk about the Vine Monster. But we have Dragon Sora, Aaron, and a Vine Monster. So Dragon Sora sounds super cool. Please be coral pink. Please don't be just white and dark blue. Please be coral pink. It'll be so cool if it is. We got a regular Aaron here, and then Vine Monster. So immediately already turned away from this simply because we're getting 3 minifigures probably at that $45 price point. And I mean, I'm just not liking that right off the bat. Unfortunately, that's just not going to cut it. That's just not it these days. 3 minifigures for $40, $45 is just not okay. Now, I'm sure one of you is saying, W, we don't have the price for this set yet. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely correct. It could be a $30 set, but based on the set numbers that are given out to every set, in consecutive order, this one comes after the Cole's Mech that we just talked about. That Cole's Mech being $30, it's presumed that this set will be over $30. And the next set after that is $54.99, so $55. So we would expect this set to sit somewhere in between those two price points. And that $40, $45 price point is the most logical point. Could this set absolutely be $30? It absolutely could. That is something that is definitely possible. While I feel like it's a little bit more unlikely based on previous Lego trends, it still could happen. At the same time of saying it could be $30, it could also be $55 in line with the set after it, which would be even worse. So I'm going to sit at $40, $45 right now and hope that it's closer to the 40 side, because the farther we get over to the 50, the worse value this thing is becoming exponentially before we even see it, which is just disappointing. Overall, set sounds good and exciting. Sounds like Ryu's grown up a bit again. He's basically aging really, really fast throughout these seasons, but I'm excited to see what this set looks like, and really excited for that Dragon Sora. But I'm definitely on my tiptoes wondering what this price point is going to be, because the farther we are towards $55, the worse that value is going to be without even looking at the set, unfortunately. Final thing for this, I just now realized I do have the piece count on this one. It's 347 pieces. So if it's anything over $40, it's horrendous value to begin with. 347 pieces is basically the value of a $35 set at the most. I mean, that's even a little pushing it. It should be about $30. So if this set is anything over $35, it's already presenting horrendous value. Bad price to part count and bad minifigure count right off the bat. I can't believe I didn't see this number sitting there before. I wish we had that price point, because that would make me feel a lot more confident about my choice and thoughts on this set. But still, if this set is anything over $35, it's already overpriced. It's already setting itself a bad starting point here for us. Let's move on. Now, this next one is even crazier. I don't have a minifigure count or description for this one. All I have is Jay's transforming car for $55, like I mentioned, with 387 pieces. $55, 387 pieces. Guys, that is bad. That is really bad. That's like the same price to part ratio as the combo mechs, or the combo vehicles, not mechs. That is bad. And it's another car. Oh man, $55 for a Ninjago car hurts to begin with. Like, this thing better be transforming into something really cool. But for 387 pieces, I don't even know how this is going to transform properly. I would love to know who comes up with these prices because it is nuts, man. $55 for 387 pieces. Guys, it's $30 for 364 pieces in the Kohl's Mission Mech. How do you get to $55 for this? It just doesn't make sense at all. Somebody needs to start getting their act together at Lego. Somebody needs to stop this corporate greed because it is nuts. $55. Wow. Man, I didn't even think there would be a J tax. Now we've got a J tax like the good old Kai tax. This is nuts, guys. This is a crazy one. This thing better include a lot of minifigures because if it's in at that 3 to 4 minifigure range like Lego's been sticking with here, it is not going to cut it. Oof. Let's move on to the next set. All right, and on to the next set. We have the Ninja Vehicle Battle at the Treehouse. 642 pieces for $80 US. Once again, piece count is just not cutting it right off the bat. Pretty low piece count for $80, but it's not the worst thing on earth. I mean, the $55 J car is worse than this for sure, but this is one that I have no confidence in. Let's be real. I've got no confidence in this. Ninja Vehicle Battle at the Treehouse. So we need to have ninja vehicles to begin with and a treehouse. So basically what I'm hearing is we're going to have 2 mediocre builds. We're going to have some mediocre vehicles or we're going to have a mediocre treehouse. It's either that or the best case scenario is we have an incredible treehouse with a couple little crappy vehicles. That's definitely the best route here. And the worst route would be we basically don't have a treehouse and we have a bunch of vehicles that are decent. So I'm going to just kind of stick to what I first said there. You kind of just some mid-range vehicles and a mid-range treehouse. Nothing crazy. I mean, that's the most logical thing to come out of this. Like I said, I really hope it's some small, like really crappy bikes or something for the Ninja and then a really big treehouse. But that 642 piece count is not cutting it really either. I mean, how are you going to get a whole treehouse build out of 642 pieces? You know, I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it, unfortunately. I think this set is going to be a massive flop. I really hope it's not. This has a potential to be really cool, but that low piece count and you're trying to accomplish 2 things at once, I just don't see this one turning out very well. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's awesome, but I'm just not seeing it. Let's move on to the next set. All right, this next set is the Dragon of Life, $110 US, 1,050 pieces. Finally, a set with a proper piece count to the set value. Now, let's just hope it has more than one minifigure, which is, honestly, who knows? It might not. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm excited to see this $110 dragon. I'm hoping it sits up really nice with the Source Dragon Emotion. That would be really, really cool. But this one, it is going to take time to tell. I have seen some rough concept images and some early preliminary images of this set, and it looks all right to me so far. But yeah, obviously, it's going to take time to tell here. I'm really hoping for this one to turn out really good. I'm hoping for some good minifigures in this. I just don't have that information yet. But $110 dragon, man, please, Lego, do your job and do it well. I'm really holding out hope for this set because the other ones we've talked about, I've got some hesitations on most of them, and some of them I'm already not feeling good about. So I'm really, really hoping for this one to turn out well. Let's move on to the next set that we have quite a bit of information for. All right, so next up is the brand new Lloyd's Titan Mech in March of next year. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a price point for this one. I do have a piece count of 1,293 pieces, so I'm going to assume this is going to be right around $120. Hopefully not any higher than that. But what I've heard about this set is that the designers actually wanted to recreate Lloyd's Titan Mech to kind of give it the same updated features, posability options that we've seen with the other Titan Mechs for the other Ninja. In 2019, Lloyd's Titan Mech is very cool, but it does fall behind the capabilities of the newer mechs. So I kind of do understand them wanting to recreate this one. Still not releasing a Kai Titan Mech is kind of crazy to me, unless they're going to try to consider this monstrosity mech Kai's mech, or the Ninjago Legends mech Kai's mech. I don't know if that's what they're planning on doing, but I mean, I really hope not. I think that they should just do a big Kai Titan mech, but what do I know about Ninjago? You know, what do I know? I've only been doing this for 15 years. The Lloyd mech, I do really like that one. It's really cool. It says here it's the Lloyd's Titan robot mech, but I also heard that it was supposed to be just kind of a redo of that season 11 one. So we'll see what comes true with this one. A lot of rumors floating around about this, but I would assume that piece count is relatively close to what it is. And I'm excited here. I'm definitely excited because I love the Titan mechs. I love these massive posable mechs that look really cool, and I'm definitely excited. But I can't contain myself anymore, guys. Let's talk about OG. I've been holding off long enough. We got to talk about OG Ninjago. All right, so the first setup to talk about the OG Ninjago line, 15th anniversary. First off, guys, I called it when I made a video like a year ago saying what I wanted. This was the #1 set I wanted, and it is the 4 Weapons Blacksmith shot from the opening scenes of 2011's Ninjago Pilots. This is exactly what I wanted, and they're coming through with it. I am so excited. So I've heard a lot about this set. First off, if you're wondering, no, Semo Kai is not returning as a minifigure. I'm sorry for all of you that were probably hoping for him. He is not returning. From the information that I have right now, he's not coming back. Which I know is probably disappointing for some of you, but I mean, I'm trying to focus on the positives here. I'm so excited for this dang set. So it is supposed to be $90 US with 3 minifigures, and it's going to be displayed really well. It should have like the water tower and everything outside of it from what I've heard. Very exciting here. And it will include, like I said, 3 minifigures of Nia, Sensei Wu, and Blacksmith Kai. Let's hope they can do him justice this time. I swear, if they release that same butt Kai that they released with the Ninjago Markets net last year or 2 years ago, I'm going to lose my mind. This better be the legit Kai this time. They better do it right and make the real Kai that everybody wants. If they release that same butt Kai, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't see that happening. I don't think Lego is that dumb. But, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. It's definitely possible they re-release that same crappy Kai. But, I mean, everybody would go crazy. That would be crazy. That would be nuts if they did. So, let's just assume they won't. But these are supposed to be like the Legacy style, new updated versions of the OG minifigures. So I'm going to assume that the Kai will have the new face and new hairstyle just on the old style body and legs. I really hope that's what they go for. I really, really hope that's what they go for. And that would turn out fine, even if you're like, oh, but it's not OG Kai face and hair. Don't worry. You can hop on Bricklink or eBay and pick up the Kai hair and face for like $3. And you can make him your own OG figure. As long as we get the torso and legs, that is all that matters. As for Sensei Wu and Nia, I'm curious to see what they do here. Obviously, the original Nia had no like back printing or anything like that. So I'm curious to see if they kind of go for that same torso and leg design, maybe a little bit fancier back printing and stuff like that. Just kind of decor out a bit. Hopefully they go back to the OG hair. You know, obviously I like Nia's redesign a lot better than the original Nia design. I think the redesign for Nia is definitely the best one of the 6. So I wouldn't feel terrible or feel bad if they gave her the new style hair and everything. But I think overall, it would just be a better choice for them. They can just leave the new style face and put on the old style hair. I don't think that piece is discontinued or anything. I just think that'll be better for an OG style set, just to kind of pay respects to the original designs and where Ninjago started out. As for Sensei Wu, I'm sure this will just be a standard Sensei Wu minifigure, nothing crazy, regular white robes, beard, and hat, just like the OG days. So definitely excited to see these 3 figures. Obviously, basically, for me, everything's really right in on this Kai minifigure. If this Kai minifigure is the same one from the markets, I'm going to lose my mind. You know I'm going to lose my mind. So it's kind of all right in on that for me, but I really, really hope that this set turns out really good. I'm really excited for this one. It's a set that I've wanted my whole life. I think a lot of people have always wanted the Blacksmith. This will be something new kids will want. OG fans will return to purchase. $90, I think they can get this done really well, and 1,259 pieces sounds incredible for $90. So I'm very, very excited for this one. I mean, seriously mind blown. Now let's move on to the next sets to talk about. Okay, so the next setup is going to be the Old Town, and I'm going to talk about this one first because we don't have much information on this one, but the Old Town is 4,851 pieces, so this is going to be one massive set, and I'm very, very excited for this one, but I really don't know what it is, and that's why I wanted to talk about it before we talk about the last one where you have like all the information for it. I wanted to talk about this one first because I'm very excited here. I really don't know what will come of this set or what it will be. Obviously, a lot of people, when you hear Old Town, you think Jamaica Village or something like that. But I really don't know. And for 4,000 pieces, my question is, will this be a Ninjago City modular to connect into Ninjago City? And I just don't know. I don't know the answer to that. The piece count is there. I mean, this could be like a $350, maybe even $400 set with that price point. And I assume this will include a boatload of OG figures. I did hear that we are supposed to receive some other OG figures that we don't have names for yet, but there will be old figures here, which is incredible. So maybe, you know, Dr. Julian or whatever, Zane's dad, maybe Cole's dad, you know, this is the place to receive these. Maybe another classic Misako, a Serpentine, really anything. I mean, the possibilities here are endless with this. And I will make a video breaking down this set here soon, exactly what I want to see, what minifigures should be included. I mean, we need at least 20 minifigures in a 4,800 piece set. So, you know, 15 to 20 minifigures. Don't worry, guys. I'll have a video out here in a couple days breaking that down, talking about exactly what I want to see in the set, and we will see what happens. But this one, I'm very excited. I mean, this is a day one purchase for me, probably no matter what, to see a big Ninjago set based in OG like this. It could be incredible. And if you're sitting here saying, I think it's going to be the Monastery, I'm going to argue that it's not. So let's talk about the final OG set that we have coming out at the beginning of next year right now. And we have all the info for this one. All right, the Ninjago Anniversary Display. I wasn't even expecting to care about this set, guys. I wasn't expecting this to be a crazy one. I was expecting the Blacksmith to kind of be peak for me, and then everything else I don't care about. Yeah, I was wrong. This might be the greatest Ninjago set of all time. I'm not even playing. This could be the best set of all time. Ninjago Anniversary Display includes a small portion of the monastery with the stairs and the opening gate and the cherry tree out front. So we're going to get those stairs up to the monastery, the gates in, and the cherry tree, which is perfect. Just a nice little symbol of the monastery. So that's why I don't think Old Town will have anything to do with the monastery. I think that this is our kind of, you know, little monument to the OG days, the OG monastery. So that's where I kind of don't see the monastery fitting into another set right off the bat. Maybe a little bit down the road later on in the year, next year, we'll receive a full-size monastery. But I think that this is kind of what we're getting for right now. And I'm totally okay with that because fitting a monastery on a shelf would be a pain in the butt. Now, Monastery. Okay, let's move on. Guys, I'm losing my mind here. Inside is a small little tea shop with a painting showing a battle for Ninjago. Now, it says here 8 minifigures included. 8 minifigures included at $45 is mind-blowing. This will include Kai, Cole, Jay, Zane, Loi, Nia, and Sensei Wu, all in remakes of their Season 1 outfits. And finally, it will include the Master of Lightning with a stand that you can connect to the monastery. So the Master of Lightning, which, holy smokes, what a name. I came up with it back last year. I came up with that. It's the name of my merchandise line, which, by the way, shout out W Merch Store. Go check that out. But the Master of Lightning, that's what I call my stuff, which is super cool. But this is supposed to be a golden version of that Jay minifigure, that remake of the original ones. So, and I think I did hear recently, thinking about this, I do think I heard somewhere that a golden version of Kai, or Kai's golden edition, will be in the Blacksmith shop. So that could be a 4th figure there. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere, but it wasn't on the information that was given to me directly. So take that with a grain of salt. But that just came into my mind there. But 8 minifigures for $45. I don't know how to even believe that. I don't even know how to believe that. It's like 470 pieces or something like that. 8 minifigures for $45 is the greatest minifigure count in a Ninjago set like ever. Ever. It's one of the best minifigure counts in a Lego set ever. So I'm having a hard time choking this down and believing it, but I got to. This is exciting. But Kai, Cole, Jay, Zane, Lloyd, and Nia all in their Season 1 outfit remakes with Sensei Wu. I'm sure that Sensei Wu will be the same version that we see in the Blacksmith shop. His robes basically stay the same from Season 1 to the pilots. So I wouldn't see a difference in that Sensei Wu, which doesn't really matter. But I'm very excited to see what they remake these original ninja as. I did hear, and I've got a little bit more information for you here, that they actually gave the green ninja outfit golden armor instead of the dark gunmetal gray, which I find very, very odd right off the bat. So obviously, minifigure count here, very exciting. Golden version of the minifigures. I'm curious to see if the golden version will be a golden version of the remake style or just a golden version of the original, which honestly, I think a golden version of the original with like 15 years printed on the back would be the best possible outcome. Like just make the exact same figure, the exact same print. They have the same hood from 2011 or 2012 if they're going with Season 1 here, and slap on 15 years on the back. Now, I assume the golden variants will be golden variants of the pilots. That's what my assumption would be for the Core Ninja. But I'm not 100%. I don't know that information. For me personally, I would like the pilot ones in gold a little bit more, but it doesn't have to be. Oh, but now when I think about it, if they do Season 1's stuff in like gold, what if they did like Kai and Zane's minifigures in gold and they did Jay and Cole's in silver? Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, well, I guess that's not true because Jay's here. It says the golden Master of Lightning minifigure, but hey, that would be cool, right? If they did it in silver and gold to match their original armor. Oh, man, somebody, Lego, hire me. Come on, Lego, hire me. Come on. No, but this is very exciting, guys. I'm very excited here. But like I mentioned there briefly a second ago, Lloyd's minifigure, including the golden armor instead of gunmetal gray, already gives me a little bit of the yick. Because they're already kind of neglecting the original minifigure design and the original design of the suits. So that definitely leaves questions as to what on earth, you know, are they going to just neglect the designs for all the original suits? You know, are they going to be faithful and respectful to those original designs and kind of create something that really matches and is in sync with the original? Or are they just going to pull a legacy and literally do whatever they want? So I'm very curious about that, but hearing that golden armor on Lloyd thing is definitely odd, and it throws me off a little bit, especially because Lloyd doesn't even wear armor in Season 1. So if this is a remake of his Season 1, it's even more confusing because Lloyd doesn't even wear the armor in Season 1. So lots to think about here, guys. Lots to break down. Holy smokes. Finally, the last little bit is I did hear something about Legacy possibly being back in 2026. So I don't know if that'll come in the summer wave or something like that. But hey, if Legacy's back, that's a win-win for everybody. So I'm pretty excited for this one. I'm going to have a full video breaking down Ninjago Legacy's return in 2026 and the possibility of that and what sets I want to see with that. I'll break that down in another video here in a few short days. So if you enjoyed, guys, hit the like button and subscribe down below. Let me know in the comment section below, how do you feel about the ninja suits returning in 2026? Do you think they're going to do it respectfully and kind of design these faithfully to the old designs, or are they just going to kind of do whatever the heck they want? I mean, I'm feeling more like they're going to do whatever the heck they want, but as long as that Blacksmith Kai is good, I don't care what anything else looks like, because that's the only minifigure here that really will matter at the end of the day, since we never had one back in 2011. With that being said, thank you guys for spending your time here with me today. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day or evening. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later on W Breaks.